The visit. I was alone for the weekend. My girl in another city, my friends in the north. I cooked fish for dinner, a large fillet bought for two, seasoned it differently than we usually do. It was the first warm evening of the year. I opened the back door to eat out on the deck of the small rear porch. The fish crackled and spat in the pan, the fat and skin turning nicely brown, mesmerising, drawing me in, so that I failed to notice my visitor, coaxed by the smell to sit, serenely looking up, licking feline lips. When his black shape shifted a bit, I nearly shit. Attention finally won, I shooed him, then performed an awkward sideways kick. Little Buddha didn't care. He smiled and fixed me in his prescient stare, let his snaking tail ripple smoothly upward, base to tip. What a little prick, I thought at first, but soon got used to his being there. Before long I got to talking about loneliness in the city, things to do when you're skint. "You're getting none of this," I said more than once, but in the end I snapped, broke off a crispy tail with some white flecks of flesh, placed it at my feet whilst I ate. After tea, the new spring sky began to cool and deepen in its blue, so that I turned and gladly went inside. In the living room, who should I find but my visitor, stretched out lounging in the last remaining shaft of evening light. I've heard a lot about the indifference of cats, but I couldn't help feeling that this guy knew something to have picked this flat or this weekend out of the hat. Put the telly on and asked what he'd like to watch. We settled on a bloopers reel of funny incidents, some involving cats. We got comfy in our places, sometimes we'd share a glance and laugh. We bonded, I knew, after that. I was host, so returned to the kitchen to fetch some burnt toast I'd meant to bin, soaked the crusts in milk, filled a little dish. I fairly swept back in, to the lounge like a Parisian waiter, all confidence and knowing grins. I even wore a dishcloth on my arm for Vim. He was gone, by some window I can only guess. Regardless, I stood, motionless, for more than a moment, hopelessly gawping about like a hypnotist stooge brought from blackout. I took off the pathetic cloth, re-binned the wet bread mush, dashed the dishes in the sink and slumped into a sulk. I opened a bottle of wine to pass the time. It worked its work, and in a few chimes I found that it was Sunday night. Another weekend over, another thing come and gone in time.